What's up, tribe? So this isn't a horror story or a ghost story, but it is a true crime story. And I just want to ask you, have you ever heard of the wrestler Christopher Benoit? He is a Canadian-born wrestler. He had a very long career within the WWE. He worked for about 22 years. But unfortunately, he's infamous for killing his wife, his baby boy, and also himself. Yeah. Throughout Benoit's career, he held over 30 championships within the WWF and also the WWE, but that's just to name a few. He racked up championships and world titles and titles throughout several different organizations. He was an extremely accomplished and successful wrestler and well known and very successful in what he did. In fact, he was booked to win his third WWE championship on the night of his death. So this was a 3-day double murder suicide case. So he first murdered his wife. He strangled her. She died by asphyxiation on June the 22nd, 2007. Unfortunately, he murdered his 7-year-old son. The next day, on the 23rd, they say that his son had taken some kind of pills or something. He was given something to make him go to sleep, and he was suffocated in his sleep. On the third day, on the 24th, that's when Christopher had hung himself on his lap pull-down machine. So tests were run on Chris's brain after he was killed, or after he was dead. And it showed that he had a degenerative brain disease called CTE for short. It stands for chronic traumatic. I'm going to pronounce that third word completely wrong, so I'm just going to stay away from it. But it is CTE, and it's a degenerative brain disease that causes depression, impaired judgment, erratic behavior, and aggression. So there was that happening within his brain. And there was also reports of him having an increased amount of testosterone in his system, and they found anabolic steroids in his home. And there's also reports of there being alcohol abuse. So he had all of that going on within him, So, there's reports and there's people that saying that road rage had something to do with it and had something to do with him popping off, which could also very well much be the case. But he was also dealing with the CTE on top of using steroids. So it's just not a good situation. In addition to the CTE